Despite paying the UBI to everyone, we can effectively target it to the neediest by doing two things. Firstly, phasing and recovery of the UBI based on taxable earnings up to $80,600 a year, and above that, the full UBI would be recovered. And secondly, the UBI would replace welfare benefits below the level of the UBI, while the benefits above the UBI would be retained to ensure that no one's worse off. We believe that this will directly benefit 75% of the population on a sliding scale, with the rest benefiting from the additional economic activity and living in a less fearful and hostile society. To explain how the recovery would work, if we look at someone who's earning no income at all, they'd get the full UBI, but without any recovery, giving them a total net of $500, leaving them way ahead. For someone earning $52,000 a year, they'd gross $1,000 a week, and after tax, they'd net $838. And like everyone else, they'd also get $500 a week UBI, but then have to repay $322, which is 32.26% of their gross, leaving them with a net of $178. The recovery can be done through the group tax system or via the GST system, or a specially designed app for those who are self-employed. The net UBI plus the net earned income would give a total net of $1,016 that then exceeds their gross, clearly leaving them better off. For someone earning $80,600 a year or more, they'll gross a minimum of $1,550 a week with a net of $1,200. They'd also get their UBI, but at that level and beyond, they'll have to repay it all back each week. They'll still get their net earned income, of course, so they're no better off, but no worse off either. The purpose of the UBI is to ensure everyone has money for each week. Paying first and then recovering the UBI as required achieves this objective. Say a person earns $1,600 a week, in week 1 they'd repay their full UBI. But in week 2, say they have to take leave without pay to care for a sick child, in that week they'd repay nothing. Their focus can then be on their child, not how to buy food for the week. The following week they'd again have to repay the full UBI. This ensures that most people who live week to week can survive on any down weeks. Now, we accept there'll always be some fraud. The aim is to minimise it while ensuring that all people who need money don't miss out. Audits and penalties would apply for people who try to game the system by, say, artificially phasing their income high and low on alternate weeks. But unlike the robo-debt, the audit would have to disclose why any amount was to be repaid, with the ability to have the decision independently reviewed. There's also the possibility to reconcile payments in the year-end tax return.